Hello and welcome to Awaken, a space where truth is not only allowed, it is honored. My name is Zainab Hamid, and I created this podcast to bring voice to the parts of us that have long been silenced, the parts that question, feel deeply, and desire something more meaningful from life. Awaken is not just about conversations, it's about transformation. It's about peeling back the layers of who we thought we had to be so that we can remember who we really are. This is a space for the seekers, the empaths, the ones who have carried pain and turned it into wisdom. This is for those who are ready to stop running from themselves and instead begin a sacred journey of coming home to who they've always been. Here, we do not shy away from the raw, the real, or the rare. We lean into it. We explore the intersections of healing, spirituality, self awareness, and the lessons that life so often whispers to us. If only we would listen. Each episode is an invitation to pause, reflect, and awaken something new within yourself. I believe that healing is not just a destination, it is a process, a practice, a way of being. It's about learning to see the beauty in the breakdowns, the power in the pauses, and the wisdom in the wounds. It's about realizing that even in your darkest moments, light is present, waiting for us to notice. Through heartfelt stories, honest reflections, and conversations that reach beyond the surface, Awaken will guide you into a deeper connection with yourself and the world around you. I hope that you listen, you feel seen, you feel understood, and you feel reminded that you are never alone on this journey. This is not about perfection, it's about presence. Not about answers, but about better questions. And not about doing more, but about finally allowing yourself to be. So take a deep breath, settle in, and let's walk this path together. This is Awaken, where the journey inward becomes the bridge to everything you've been searching for outward. Today's subject is the aftermath of strength. Now, I wrote something for this episode that is I'm going to start with today because it needs to be heard, it needs to be felt, and it needs to be understood for every human being, not just women and not and also for men too, because men go through this too. It's just being tired after being strong for so long is a different type of tired. It's a different type of exhaustion. I can't say that word. It's a different type of just being not just fed up, but just tired of being strong. Being strong is something you have to do in life. It's life. It's life. It's really, really life. But when you're being strong for your entire life and you don't get that sigh of relief, or you don't get that sigh of somebody understanding you, somebody being there, and all of those things, is like, and I'm so blessed because I feel like I do have the support. I feel like finally through this waking up to the fact that there are people out there that support my vision, that support what I'm trying to do in life, and that support who I want to be in life. And I'm starting to trust and open up in that kind of way, and open up to new possibilities, and open up to new people, and open up to new avenues and new environments and things I've never done before. And that's growth for me. That's growth, and that's moving forward, and that's trusting the process. Okay. And trusting that whatever's meant for me will find me. And I believe in that, and I trust God in that, and I trust myself in that. And so before I continue talking, I want to read this piece because it's so powerful. And I did it and I wrote it in a moment of, and I spoke it in a moment of reflection, in a moment of exhaustion, in a moment of me being tired. Just so you guys can feel where my mindset was. And so here goes. I'm gonna share it and then I'm gonna reflect with you on it. Okay. So here goes. The aftermath of strength, where truth is not only allowed, it is honored. You know, people talk about healing like it's this finish line you eventually cross. Like once you've forgiven, once you've released, once you've let go, you just walk into peace and never look back. But what no one really talks about is what comes after strength. The part where you're already done, where you've already done the work, already healed, already rebuilt yourself, and you're just tired. Tired of explaining, tired of defending your peace, tired of saying no and having it be questioned. Because when a woman says no, it's not a negotiation. It's not an invitation for someone to convince her otherwise. It's sacred and it's final. I've reached a point in my life where I don't owe explanations anymore. Not for who I was, not for what I allowed, and not for why I left. Some chapters aren't meant to be reopened, they're meant to burn to the ground so you can finally breathe clean air again. That's what this space is, the aftermath of strength. It's where you're no longer bleeding, but still feeling the weight of the armor you wore for too long. You're ready to love again, but this time from fullness and not starvation. Because I've built a home within myself and I'm not looking for someone to rearrange my furniture. I'm looking for someone who walks in softly, removes their shoes, and honors the energy in the room. That's what love should look like. Not confusion, not exhaustion, but safety. The kind of safety where softness is protected and not questioned. So, to every woman who's listening, who's felt unseen or unheard, to every woman who's tired of being misunderstood when she says enough, this is your reminder. You are not bitter, you are boundaried. You are not cold, you are clear. And the one who's meant for you, the one that you don't know yet, will understand your language without translation because you're already done the work of healing. Now it's time to rest in what you've built. And this is the aftermath of strength. Now, there's a part in there that I want to elaborate on, which is where it says here, and the one who's meant for you, the one you don't know yet. I have a little story or a little method I've been using to reopen myself and to heal that love side of me, to heal that relationship side of me, right? Where I promised myself to write a letter to the one I haven't met yet. And the reason why I titled it "The One I Haven't Met Yet" is more healing than anything I've written, because the one who's in my future was not a part of my past. Let me say that again for the people in the back. The one that is in my future will not be the one that is in my past. Okay? Okay. I'm just saying. Let me say it one more time. One more time. The one that is in my future will not be the one that's in my past. And I'm saying it louder, maybe, so everyone can hear. And so when I decided to write these little passages or journal entries, I my intention behind it was to heal that side of of walking into and getting myself ready to be that wife or that person for somebody else, right? And I just felt like I had to get my mind ready for that, and I had to get my heart ready for that. And so that's something that was the intention behind them. And so that part of the writing, the strength, the aftermath of strength, was because so many times we look towards the past to find clarity, or we look towards the past to find closure, or we look towards the past to find contentment or soothe ourselves in some kind of way, when we're supposed to heal from it. Now, healing from it doesn't mean you can't go, you can't heal in an environment that broke you or hurt you or caused pain. You can't heal in that environment because they are the cause. So when you go back and you look back, and I'm talking about this from experience, okay? Because I experienced this. You will never heal in the same environment that caused pain intentionally to you. You can't heal from it. You can't. This is why when you see infidelity or you see somebody going through that, it breaks them because they try, because it's like you don't feel enough, or you don't feel your self-esteem gets hit, or whatever the case, men and women, and men might not admit that, but it's so true. I don't care what men think, but if they go through a point where they're betrayed in that kind of like, it breaks that trust that you even have with yourself. And that's what you're really healing from, is that trust that how did I not see this? How did I not, whatever, why didn't I leave enough in time? Like, why didn't I leave at this time? Why didn't I do this? Why didn't I do that? When you start asking the why me questions. And that's the whole healing process, is to move from the why me to the what now, to the how am I going to move forward, to all of those questions is growth questions. Growth, you're moving forward. You're moving in a way that's going to heal you. And once you start asking those questions, you start healing from certain things, your past is going to disgust you. Like, you're going to regurgitate thinking about it. Like, you know what I'm saying? You're going to make that disgust feeling. And that disgust feeling is going to help you move forward. Because in actuality, if you think about it, if something causes you pain, like when you think about it, when we teach our kids that don't touch this, it's hot, or you don't touch this tea kettle, it's hot. And we tell them it's hot, don't touch it, it's hot, don't touch it. But then, right? If you have a curious child like I do, dear Lord, my curious child did this the other day. I told him I had a pan on the stove top, and I told him, don't touch that, Mom, it's hot. And I walked away for literally 1 second. I went to wash my hands. Literally 1 second, this kid touched it, and all I hear is screaming. Screaming. Because it caused pain for him. He was in pain because, and I told him, I was like, didn't I say don't touch that? He had to see that he was curious. He wanted to see why I told him not to touch it. Some people are like that. Unfortunately, I'm like that. But we healed from it. I'm not like that anymore, I promise. But it's the same thing when you go through pain as an adult, when you go through trauma as an adult. You felt pain going through a certain thing with someone, or going through a certain thing in general, or going through a family thing, or going through a relationship thing, whatever the case is. You went through something painful. Now, is my son ever going to do that again? No, because the first time he touched it, it caused pain. You have to use the same analogy when you are an adult and you're in an adult relationship, or you're in an adult family dynamic, or you're in an adult anything. This caused me pain. You boundary up. Boundaries, my favorite thing in the world. Boundaries. And you don't go back to what caused you pain. You don't do it again. Excuse me. I'm a little under the weather today. Excuse me, please. But you don't do it again, and you won't feel that pain again. You'll feel a different kind of pain, because that's life. You're going to go through life. You're going to feel pain. But the whole point about going through hardship is to learn from it, is to gain from that wisdom, gain your badge, right? I love to think of, okay, I went through hardship. Wow, I get to gain a badge now, like a stripe, you know? Think of it like that, like a warrior. Okay. You gain your badge and you move on. You move forward. If that means that you choose to be single for a while, which I hope that's what you choose, I hope that's what you choose. Because getting into another relationship after another relationship is not going to help your mental. It really isn't. And as adults, we need to feel loved when we're by ourselves, because then we're not going to entertain anything that doesn't align with that. Now, I love myself so hard. I'm not going to entertain someone who's not going to love me more than that, or at least at the same level. Not at least. We're not doing least anymore. Okay. He has to love you more than that. Okay. We're not doing least anymore. So that's the whole point, is if you love yourself at a certain extent, to a certain extent, you're not going to settle for someone who doesn't make you feel the same way. Thank you so much. You're not going to. It's not going to happen. And people might think you're crazy. Oh, she's so arrogant, or I love that, by the way. I love that people think a woman who has boundaries, who doesn't settle for anything, who has morals and values that she doesn't cross, that she says what they are and that's it. It's concrete. There's no penetration. That she's supposedly arrogant. Arrogant because she has self-respect. Arrogant because she said no and it's not being respected. Arrogant because she doesn't want to do anything that doesn't align with her morals and values. That's not arrogance. That's self-respect. That's not arrogance. That's a woman that knows what she wants. It's not arrogant to want to be respected for who you are. It's not. It's really not. And I don't have to apologize for it. Love is meant to be free. Love is meant to be ease, right? And when I say ease, I don't mean easy. I mean ease. I mean ease. Like you have, like you're going through hardship, you're going through a rough time, a loved one passed away, something happened, something traumatic happened. But when you go home, you have ease because you know somebody's there to hold those pieces, to help you find a way to put them back together. That's ease. That's you being that for your significant other. That's you being that for your family member, for whoever, for your friendship. That's love. It's free. It doesn't need to be explained. It's so easy to understand. It's ease. It's in hardship. It's not saying that your life is going to be easy. It's that you're saying through my hardship, I have ease with this person. I have a home with this person. I have softness. I'm going to be welcomed with open arms and I'm not going to be judged. That's ease. That's what marriage is. That's what being united is. That's what having a good friendship is. It's not being judgmental and having, playing games and all of this stuff. No, I don't do that. If I sense a little bit of a game, I'm pulling all the way back, all the way, and you won't have access a second time. That's it. There's no love game. There's no nothing. Especially when it comes, and I know I keep talking about me and I don't mean that, but that's just how it has to be now. I'm working on getting guests in here and stuff like that. So that's probably coming within the next couple months, but I'm just saying that when it comes to me, when I say something, I'm not joking about it. First of all, I don't have time for it. I don't have time for games. I don't have time to be questioned when I say, you're not going to treat me like that or whatever the case is. It's not a question mark. It's like it's for real. I value respect more than anything because I don't disrespect anybody and I expect that in return. Scratch that. I don't expect anything from anyone, but I appreciate somebody's respect by just respecting what I say and respecting who I am because I'm a privilege to be in somebody's life. I'm a privilege because I'm a ride or die, like to the core. If I love you, there's nothing I wouldn't do. I will be that friend you can call throughout the night. I will be all of those things, and I will be ease for my partner. Like it's that simple. So do that. If I don't get that in return, you won't have access to me. It's not conditional. It's not a condition. It's I'm this way. I want people like me in my life. I want that in return. Excuse me. Today was really passionate. I think it's because it's just I'm really tired of explaining the same thing or I'm just tired. I was just talking to a friend the other day and I'm just like I think I could if I felt safe somewhere, I probably would sleep for like 2 days if I felt safe somewhere without having to take care of my kids or anything. I think I would sleep for like 2 days, literally, without having to think of anything and have worry or have any. So yeah. So that's real. I've been so emotional the last couple weeks. But oh my gosh. Yeah. Mhm. Oh gosh. Okay. So I just wanted to um yeah, it's been it's been a journey to say the least. And just stand firm on what you believe in and stand firm on who you want to be. And when you do the work, you won't hesitate to say no. You won't hesitate to protect your peace. And you won't hesitate to live for yourself and to live in who you are. And I don't hesitate anymore either. I don't hesitate. I used to, but I don't anymore. Because I honestly feel like I understand myself at such a deep level that I know what I need and I do what I need and I understand why I need it, right? So I know what I need, I do what I need, and I understand why I need it. Okay? That's important. Those three things. I do what I need. Wait, what did I say? I so make sure you understand those three things. What they mean to you. Write it down. Write it down. I love to write down things. I even wrote down a whole on my other notebook. I wrote down a whole like understanding how to accomplish yourself kind of bullet point thing. And I know that's a little extreme and some people don't like that, but that's just the way that I am. I like to see things. I like to write it down. I feel comfortable with my own handwriting. I feel comfortable with the way that I speak. So writing it down makes me feel safe. And just finding that rendition of what you need to feel that. Understanding yourself at that level is so important. Understanding why you need it, how you need it, and when you need it as well. Those three things too. There's a reason why we react to certain things in certain ways. If we understand why we react to it in a negative way, or why we react to something with anger, or why we react to something with happiness, or why we react to something with joy, then we can make more of it, right? Or make less of it. It all comes with understanding why something makes you feel. That's what your emotion is. That's what I'm so passionate about. That's why I'm so passionate about understanding your emotions and understanding your emotional compass. Because once you are aware of that, you know how to make more of it and you know how to make less of it in certain situations, right? Where you don't want to feel anger and anger and the consequences that come with anger and all of those things. You want to make more joy. And to make more joy, you have to understand what makes you feel joy, right? So that's my whole thing is my whole thing. What brings you joy, Zainab? When I made the choice, I was like, I wrote down everything I didn't like about myself. I wrote down everything, which is okay. You're not going to love everything about yourself when you start this journey. Your list of negativity is going to be the longest list you've ever made because you're not there yet. But you understand why something doesn't make you, why something is like a negative response. Like I wrote down a list of things I wanted to change about myself. I looked at the list. I said, change it now. I changed my body. I changed the way I thought about myself. I changed the way I spoke to myself. I changed the way I understood myself. I changed my emotional reaction to things. I changed my anger management. I changed my tension when it comes to things. I changed my anxiety when it comes to certain things. Those are all things I wrote down that I didn't like about myself. And I changed them. I acknowledged them and I changed them. And I enhanced them. I'm sorry. Enhance. Because change can go both ways. You guys already know I hate the word change. We like the word enhance. Enhance, make things better. There's only one way. Change can go both ways. So that's why emotions are so important to me. Because if I had this understanding at a young age, I would have never got married to who I got married to. And I know we can't think about all of these things because I had three beautiful kids that came out of it and I wouldn't change it for the entire world, right? So it's like this is why I'm so passionate about it because everything that I felt as a child, I felt as an adult. And I felt as an adult going through abuse, and I felt as an adult going through hardship, and I felt as an adult going through suicidal thoughts, and and I felt it all. And it wasn't until I sat with myself, I wrote down what I didn't like about myself, and I said, "Okay, now change it." That's exactly how I reacted to that list. I was like, "Okay, now change it." Boom. In my mind, I started writing again. I started everything that I wanted to change, I changed or I enhanced because I understood what I didn't like. That's the whole point. You have to understand even the flaws. Understand the flaws. Understand what you like. Understand what you don't like. Understand everything that has to do with you. Only in understanding will you be able to actually look at that in the eye and say, okay, how can I move forward from this? That's my understanding behind loving yourself and loving your flaws and loving everything that comes with you and gaining confidence at the same time. So yeah, that's my rant. That's my rant for the day. Uh, so of course I cry. I cry in every episode, but guys, get it? Like I don't know. I'm just like that sensitive soul. So let's do this homework assignment. let's make a list of what we understand. Okay, and you can do it and you cannot do it. That's fine. But I'm gonna make my list. What you understand, what you want to change, right? And what parts of you do you want to keep on living towards, right? Because there's things you love about yourself. What do you want to keep doing that's going to bring you joy? Once you understand why something brings you joy, you can make more of it. And once you understand why something brings you anger, you can make less of it. It sounds so it's really that simple. Like it's not even that hard. It's not even a hard formula at all. It's one way or the other. Understanding which one you like. Good evening. Thank you. Yeah, I'm okay. How are you? Oh, that's good. Okay. Anyways, thank you for coming in. I appreciate it. So leave your comments and leave your so do this homework assignment today, facts. Understand, make a list of your understandings. What makes you angry? What makes you feel joy? What makes you feel happiness? What makes you feel sadness? What makes you feel all of those things? Understanding that will help you make more of it or make less of it. So keep that in mind when you make your list. And keep that in mind when you move through life. Move through life knowing exactly who you are. And that's it. Okay. Thank you so much for joining me. Oh, okay. Yeah, let me know how that works out for you, honestly. I love to hear people's feedback. I absolutely love it. Um, so yeah, so just make sure you make that list and let me know how it goes. I hope you all have a beautiful and blessed day, and I will talk to you all tomorrow. Have a great day.